let me tell you something. There are a few games I think as highly of as Donkey Kong Country. That game is incredible. In fact, as much as people like it, I actually think it might be underrated. It's so good, it's even better than its legacy, and its legacy is that it's one of the best games ever. I mean, you can play that game now, and it's still better than just about every other 2D platformer out there. Like, to this day, Donkey Kong Country, it's not great because of nostalgia. It's great because you can pick it up today and still be blown away. It's still playable, still gorgeous, it's still great. This game's not as playable or gorgeous or great. Look, I know it says Donkey Kong Country. I know it looks like Donkey Kong Country. Kind of. But this is not Donkey Kong Country. It's more like Donkey Kong Nice Try. So, here's the thing. I was just so upset by this entire situation that I decided to go back and read some of the reviews this thing got when it released, just to see and make sure I'm crazy, you know, and I think I am, but I wanted to check. So I went back to the year 2000, not literally, just on the internet. It seems like the consensus of this game was basically, wow, look how close they got to Donkey Kong Country on a handheld. Like that's what blew people away. The tech side of it. And even though they were still well aware of the game's many problems, they were still like, OMG, the graphics, 9.1. Actually, no one said OMG back then. Or at least I don't think they did. And apparently no one remembered what made Donkey Kong Country so good in the first place. Because it wasn't the graphics. Or it wasn't just the graphics. This one's just the graphics. Now, if you never played Donkey Kong Country, just listen. I'm not one of those people who always says in a real serious tone, oh, you have to play this game. But seriously, you guys, you have to play this game. If you have a Super Nintendo, just get it. Don't, why are you even thinking about it? Just get it. And if you don't, it's on the eShop. Like, why are you even bothered? Just get it. We've been through this. Seriously, it might be the best platformer on the Super Nintendo. And that system, I don't know if you know this, it had some pretty serious platformers. But anyway, it was the game that resurrected the dormant Donkey Kong franchise. It was groundbreaking for its pseudo 3D graphics. It played like $1 million. Or bananas. And speaking of which, that's what it's about. It's about bananas. A bunch of jerk-off bad guys have stolen Donkey Kong's bananas, and he searches the island to get them back. So it's the same old run and jump template, obviously. But here's the thing about Donkey Kong Country. It puts its own spin on it. Gameplay has a bouncy, rhythmic quality that really separates it from other platformers. I mean, Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, they have the praise. Donkey Kong Country has the groove. And of course, that all applies to the original, to the Super Nintendo game. The game this game claims to be a port of, but is only kind of a port of. I mean, look, I've played Donkey Kong Country so many times, I'm pretty sure I could play some of these levels blindfolded. And that's why I'm telling you, I don't think these are the same levels. Like, a lot of them have been reworked, and even though it's mostly subtle stuff, it's pretty jarring if you know the game. I mean, Winky's Walkway, this is one of my favorite levels in any platformer, ever. This is not the Winky's Walkway I remember. This is like, it's like imitation candy, you know, the stuff that comes out around Easter. Like the off-brand stuff. Looks like the good stuff, but then you bite it, and it tastes like what you paid for. Like a lesser version that just isn't that good. You goddamn cheapskate. You know, the biggest problem here is the gameplay. I mean, Donkey Kong Country, to this day, it just plays incredibly tight and smooth, and this version is neither of those things. Like as soon as you take control of Donkey Kong, you know right away something's not right. It's slow, it's stiff, and actually what's even worse is that you can't see a damn thing in this game. See, because they wanted it to look like the original as much as possible, they used this really zoomed-in perspective so they could get more detailed sprites. But unfortunately, that means your visibility is horrendous, especially in like the minecart levels. Oh, you don't see things pretty much until you hit things. Actually, I wish I hadn't seen these minigames. Donkey Kong Country, oh my, it doesn't need minigames, let alone bad minigames. Look, just because you can doesn't mean that you should, and I think that's a life lesson that we should probably all live by. I mean, the only reason people freaked out over this game is because, oh, it's this game on a handheld. Oh, what a special magical treat. Isn't that amazing that such a thing could exist? Hooray for technology! Then after the novelty wears off, like what does it leave you with? Like now, like what is it now? It's just a frustrating, outdated take on a game that even in its much older form is still not frustrating or outdated, even in the slightest. I mean, maybe 15 years ago this was cool. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was. But Donkey Kong Country for the Game Boy Color was never that good. It breaks my heart to say that, you guys.